Every Angular component has certain lifehook or life cycle, and this can be a very good interview question. We will discuss that, but after the intro. Hi everyone, this is Subrat and you are watching Fun of Heuristics. On this channel, you will get to know about the programming languages, the framework, and all about the algorithm. So please consider subscribing if you haven't yet. On this video, we're going to explain about all these lifecycle hook of Angular and how it works, why it's required, when it get called, and all these things. So you can check that we have some interfaces which need to be implemented for the lifecycle process. And by the way, be it be Angular or any application for a browser, every browser should or may have gone with this process. Like suppose a component need to create, what it will change, you have to detect, then it will initialize, then it will have some change detection, then have some view change checked, then have some view change detection. So it will be kind of similar, not 100% similar, but all the process will be kind of similar with any framework you go. So the life cycles will be first it have to create, then some change detection, then all, then it will be at last it will be destroyed. So this is the basic flow. For Angular, we have certain method that we can call on detection and on destroy. So I will show you that today. So as you can see here, we have implemented some interfaces like onChange, ngOnInit, ngDoCheck, AfterContentInit, AfterContentCheck, AfterViewInit, AfterViewChecked, and ngOnDestroy. So I will start from ngOnInit, as it is it on initialization. So when the component got initialized after the constructor, obviously. So constructor is for the class level, but when the component got initialized, this will get called. And one more thing about the lifecycle hook and all, I will explain now. But a tricky question that can be asked by the interviewer is, suppose I don't you implement ngOnInit, okay, till then the ngOnInit will be get called or not. We'll go to the browser, you can check ngOnInit is getting called. I will try to refresh here. So ngOnInit is getting called, and I will tell the reason why it's getting called. Even if it's not implemented, please watch till the end. I will just go and show it to you here. So what I did, I'll just explain a little bit about the structure of the application. You can see I have a home component, I have a profile component, and in the app component I'm trying to reroute those things. So for a reason I created two component, and in the app component also I have all the method. Okay, I'll just run it for once so that you can see about the child things, because inside the app component we have a router applet which will act as a child of the app component. So how we gonna render those things and all. So first I will go to the browser. So whichever thing has home ngOnInit, that is from home component, and whichever doesn't have home, that is from your app component. So as you can see here, the ngOnInit as usual it get called first, then ngDoCheck, it's checking any detection, any change happen. So it's checking every time which can't be checked by the Angular. So any change in the browser it will get called. Then AfterContentInit means it will initialize all the content which will be injected to the component, or which will be try to render in the component. Like if you go here, this all these things is injected to the component and try to render here. Then after content checked, it will run when the value is initialized to a directive or a component. So in our case it will be a component, and inside the ViewInit will be instantiated. So ViewInit will say how it can be rendered, so that the data assign the HTML creation and those things will be get called. So and view checked means after get initialized, so it's get called. Okay, everything is there, then I'm calling this one. This is why I inserted two component, the after content check. So it check the content what need to be there, but in that we have a child component with it. Okay, so if you go to the app component.html, we have a router outlet which in turns using in turns using the home as the by default the home component. So if you go to the home component, okay, so you have all the lifecycle hook here also. So all these things happen for the app component. Now the as you see, do check happen. So after the everything is got render, the this part welcome to interview and those things got rendered. Then if you just check here, we are seeing that do check and after content checked means the content which need to be injected, which need to be there in the component for as the home component now is a child component of the app component that comes under home component itself, so it's get called. Okay, so here you can notice that the initialization is not get called because it's already initialized. Okay, so but every time when you have some change and all, this checked get called. So if it happen, okay, checked those things. So that's what I mean to say. So as the new component got injected, so the checked call, then the lifecycle hook start for the home component, and same goes on. After view check finish, you got the data, then after view checked get called, then again had some render data here, so do check get called. So as it makes seem confusing as I added two child and all, so that I will try to remove here because the same thing happening here. So this is getting rendered, so that do check of the child component, that is home component, it's running again, and the content check, view check, and everything, and at last everything got rendered. The parent child, the parent view checked get called. Okay, so the whole component get rendered, so that it's get called again, like I explained previously. So this seems still confusing, so I will go to the app component.ts. I will just comment all these things here. Now if you go to the application, so this is for a single component, no parent child. So onInit, do check, then after content initialization, then that content check, view initialization, view checked, then again something got changed, so these things get called again as there are some detection in there. So just keep an eye on the console. I just try to change something here, so try to write h sub any change, then do check get called, then the content check and the view check get called. As I already explained that whenever get initialized, so it is active to see the all the changes what is happening. Till now we haven't seen the ngDestroy yet. Okay, so just have a look on the URL. So on click on navigate, it will reroute to the profile page, and just keep the eye on the console as well. Okay, so when I press the navigate, destroy of the home get called because that component is now not in the memory, that get destroyed from the memory. As the in the router, if we go in the router, we have assigned the component as a profile component. So here now in the router outlet case, the profile component get initialized, so the home component will be removed from the memory, so that the destroy ngOnDestroy will be get triggered. And this ngDestroy is a very good interview question. Interviewer may ask you when the ngOnDestroy will get called and give me some example. So you can give the router example. So as from the beginning, I told you that if I don't use any of the implementation, how like onInit, I just removed onInit, and how the onInit get called here. And the reason is very simple, that how Angular works is Angular directly don't run from the TypeScript. Okay, so all the implementation and all the things we are doing here is for the developer friendly approach. In the background, what is happening is transpiring to JavaScript, and JavaScript in terms has their states, And so if you don't have the implementation also, it's detecting the method you are writing in the application. Okay, so what I'm saying, it's true for this version. So if you go to the Angular package.json, so which we have, I am using Angular 7 here. Okay, so whatever I'm saying, this may not be true for the future versions. Okay, so if you're watching from the future, just check this thing is still working on the on your platform or not, because the architecture may have changed or something can be happened. But for now, till Angular 7, it's how it's happening is just transpiling to JavaScript. Though as this implementation and all is a part of TypeScript for now, so I'm just trying to inherit so that it will be, readability will be good, and the code quality can be maintained pretty well. But while running the application, Angular insert search a ngOnInit or any Lifecycle method, and it's seeing that method and it's try to call that method as it is if you don't implement in your application itself. So this is just a bonus question that a interviewer may ask you on the interview question. So hit the like button if you like it, and please subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Share this video among a friend. This may help someone to clear the interview. And please give some valuable comment in the comment section below. You can ask any question if you want to cover and all. We're going to meet in the next video. Till that, stay happy. Bye bye.